You'll notice there's three. So this is actually a case where the primary site owner has done their own primary enhanced result, and three different services have said, I want to write an info bar enhancement for that same result. The thing to note is that this stuff doesn't come on like a Wild Wild West circus experience. So it's not like we at Yahoo Search say, we're going to give you 20 info bars for that result. This is something that you as a user have actually chosen to basically set up. So you said, I want to add the info bar for Netflix. I like Netflix a lot. So this will only be as many as if you have actually gone in and added yourself. You know, extreme freaks like us at Search, at Yahoo, we add like 20, 30 just to see what happens. The average user does not do that. They add one or two.
So, is Netflix basically acting as an advertiser here and gets paid on the click?
There's no money exchanging.
There's no money exchanging hands at this point.
Not at all.
It's an open platform. Our goal is to help people find what they're looking for, whether it's a site owner, a developer, or a searcher.
Yeah, the other thing I guess I should note is that that doesn't necessarily have to be Netflix that wrote that. Some of our most successful apps, like Wikipedia, an enhanced result has been built, complete independent developers that I want to build this, I think it's useful. So anybody can write these.
A very quick follow-up question on that. Where do I add these applications from? Where is the link to add it?
So at the moment, if you want to play with the SearchMonkey applications, the best way is to do a search for the Yahoo Search Gallery. That has a collection of all of the SearchMonkey applications. And if you so choose, you can also, within Search, oh, it's hilarious, it's not in this mock. Right here, there's a customized link, which will bring up the gallery for you to be able to do things explicitly. Now, we're all usability aware folks in the room. We know that things that are up here are not going to get a whole lot of usage. That's okay. This is about, up there is about people who are actively engaged, who are the nerds who want to play with these things and want to play in the gallery. There will be other mechanisms for normal folks to discover these. Both, as I said, the most important one will be you typed in this, and you maybe have been looking at this site quite a bit, and then at which point we'll say, hey, for you this looks like a very relevant enhancement that you may want to consider. And we'll provide that. Other ways, we're going to have other ways in terms of being able to share applications with friends, knowing through Vitality that someone has done something, and see what sort of applications your friends are using. So there'll be other ways for people to find more about these things through time.
Yeah, the other thing to note is that we have turned a few on by default. So just recently we turned on Yelp, we turned on Yahoo Local, and we turned on LinkedIn. So there's been 3 applications enhanced results that we turned on by default. So if you search and one of those results from that URL show up, it's enhanced.
Maybe we should go for 1 or 2 more slides and then do some picture.
All right.
Okay. So sorry, just a couple of other quick examples of the kinds of things that you can build with an info bar. This is where I was going to talk about how yes, you could potentially use IMDb to cross-reference across other sites. Yeah, here's another Netflix example. As I said, because this is an open canvas, you have a lot more flexibility in terms of the kind of presentation that you want to do in this space.
And this was really the first time that we've allowed anyone else to actually put their brand on this page. I mean, this is fully the Netflix brand within this info bar.
So since we are at the Baykai group, I thought it was worth talking a little bit about how we got here. This was an idea, as with a lot of great ideas that start from a crazy guy in the corner, like what if? And it was a couple of interesting concepts, but is this something that consumers actually will want? And so to validate the idea, the direction, we put together some concept studies, and we're using a tool here that's out of Sun. I don't remember the name of it. Everybody in the audience recall? It's a tool that Sun Microsystems provides free that lets you make storyboards to describe a product before you even built all the designs. So this is someone walking through a scenario, talking about when they might use something, then a little bit of Mark's talking about it. Don't have to get into the details of when the thing is shown, how you trigger it, et cetera, et cetera. Great for concept testing. We did some focus group studies and in-lab studies to validate the concept and get feedback on what's going to be important, what kind of language do we need to use. That's when we made the decisions I was telling you about not calling these things applications, but enhanced results, and not talking about installation. Then we did a series of in-lab studies with click-through prototypes, where we were able to test the interactions of the actual adding process, of how recommending would work, of various presentations for the actual results themselves. Usability testing for the developer tool as well. And like I said, there's different testing for the different communities. So for the developer tool, we went down to the South by Southwest conference and did some guerrilla testing with web devs to understand how they built things and what they would care about. Lastly, for the actual experience that you see in search itself, that's really critical real estate. So we back that up with multiple rounds of eye tracking to compare different design patterns for how this would work, as well as bucket testing to look at what's the impact of these enhanced results on click-through, et cetera, et cetera.
How many folks do eye tracking research?
It's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, we found it to be really valuable.
Particularly in search, where you are making your decisions in under a second. You're doing a lot of your initial processing. So a lot of the initial thoughts about what design means is very different when you're reading versus when you're sort of scanning the page very quickly. Right.
So that was the first half of Open Search, really talking about how do we open up the Yahoo search experience itself to let publishers and the users customize it to be useful for them. What I'm going to talk about now is us basically sharing our search technology with the world.